Did you know there's 3 golden rules? I've heard 3 different golden rules. Which one do you live by? Here's the first one. Treat others the way you want to be treated. Here's the second one. He who has the gold makes the rule. Here's the third one. Get as much gold from everyone else as you can. Which one do you live by? I think that the first one is the abundance mindset. When you treat others the way you want to be treated, you recognize that there's unlimited opportunity, unlimited potential, and that we have the chance to build better all the time. Think about that for a minute. When was the last time you considered whether or not your business was running by the golden rule or not? When was the last time you considered whether you're running by the golden rule? I think people who run by the first golden rule of treating others the way you want to be treated, we're going to have several advantages. Now, people who live by the second rule and the third rule, that of he who has the gold makes the rule, or get as much gold from everyone else as you can, those people both have a scarcity mindset. And scarcity mindset leaves you constantly looking over your shoulder to see who's going to try and hurt you, to try and take advantage of you, to try and, just be nasty. Why would you be concerned with that? Probably because that's the way you're being to other people. Now, the people who live by rule 2 or by 3, they do have sometimes a short-term advantage. They can get out there, they can hustle hard, they can make things happen, they can sometimes acquire a lot of gold, they can sometimes acquire a lot of influence, but are they sleeping well at night? Do they have any real friends? Do they have peace in their life? At the end of their life, when they have their hoards of gold, is it going to provide them any comfort? Let's turn that on its head for a minute. What about the people who are constantly treating others the way they want to be treated? There's a lot to be said for structuring a business that does that. Think about your customers. Are you treating your customers the way you want to be treated? What about when they call? When they call, how are they treated on the phone? Does someone answer begrudgingly? Does anyone answer? If they leave a voicemail, does anyone call back? Are they stuck in a phone tree for 4 hours? Are they stuck talking to an AI agent because it'll save you, the business owner, a couple minutes of time? Do those things build up the way you'd want to be treated, or do they not? Some people, they kind of get the blinders on, and I've seen instances of this where they'll be like, oh, this is a great idea, it's going to save me so much money. You're like, mostly it's going to save you from having a lot of customers. So if you don't want customers, go ahead and do that, because it's only going to harm you in the long run. Because you may in the short term save a little bit of money, but in the long run, customers talk to each other, they are going to talk to their friends, they're not going to come back if it's a bad experience. A lot of businesses are so worried about the bottom line, and I think that happens especially when a company goes public because they have such demands on them to perform every single quarter of every single year. And so they're constantly looking for short-term wins, long-term wins, strategic advantage this, and they forget taking care of customers can be a strategic advantage. When you build up brand loyalty, because you've treated people the way that you want to be treated, they're going to recognize that they can rely on you as a business. And when they recognize that and they realize that you've provided not only the service they're looking for, but also a strong emotional connection and a strong emotional relationship, it's going to be an experience that they want to share with others and they want to experience again. So even if they don't quote unquote need your product, or maybe you're a luxury product, or maybe you're not the cheapest in the market, these other side benefits, these other ancillary things can actually become, instead of the side benefits and the ancillary, the very pillar and reason why customers come to you, why they refer their friends to you, and why people want to stay doing business with your company. So again, which of the 3 golden rules do you want to live by? Do you want to live by treat others the way you want to be treated? Do you want he who has the gold makes the rule? Or get as much gold from everyone else? I hope that it's treat others the way you want to be treated.